Hey guys, Virginia here, Makerspace Coordinator and Chief Imaginator Extraordinaire. I would like to welcome you to the CoLab, the Central Ontario Laboratory, where we use ideation, research, entrepreneurship, and social innovation to fuel your amazing ideas and create lasting change. We are here to educate, inspire, and activate. Prepare to educate yourself with seasoned mentors, be inspired by compelling voices, and activate your plan for success. Welcome to the CoLab. Hey guys, it's Virginia. This is the hair that lives on top, and today we are going to be talking about rapid prototyping. No, that's not what we're talking about today. We're
Not
talking
today.
about mentoring, and we have an amazing guest. We have an amazing guest for mentoring today. It's going to be Rob Cattle. Rob?
Hey, how are you?
Excellent.
Glad to be here.
Welcome, Rob.
Welcome. Thank you.
So I'm Jamie Dorn. I'm the Executive Director, Research, Innovation, Entrepreneurship at Georgian College, and I'm a huge fan of this show, and I get to be on it every once in a while.
We choose to have him on every time because we like him. It's true.
All right.
All right. Rob, would you like to introduce yourself? What is your
Sure.
position and your title?
Sure. So my name is Rob Cattle. I'm not only a mentor at the Henry Bernick Entrepreneurship Center, specializing in e-co-op students, but I'm also faculty at the college and a coordinator for mobile app development.
Awesome.
Mobile
That's
app.
exciting.
Cool.
Yeah, it's awesome,
So-
and I love working with the students. So
Yeah, I was going to say, so you get to work with students quite a bit then.
I do, and I try and get them to create their own businesses and think like an entrepreneur.
It's a lot of work starting a company.
It is, and the students, the best part about students is they don't see obstacles, they see opportunities. And
Of course.
so as you get through that, where a lot of traditional entrepreneurs see obstacles that they have to overcome, mainly because a lot of them have life experience. But that's why I love students, is students don't have that same life experience and believe they can do almost anything, and they do. Because getting through it is just a matter of perseverance and work. And I've seen a lot launch their businesses and just be wonderful to work with.
That's so good.
That's amazing, Rob.
Yeah.
What is your favorite part of working with the students when they come up with their business plans?
My favorite part is seeing them take it from an idea and
Mhm.
moving it forward into a real business idea. So a lot of students, when they're coming through the programs, and what they're doing is they think about things just as simple as, I want to solve this problem. And it's just an idea. And when you give them some background and some ideas and some tools, it's amazing to watch that idea blossom into something different. And getting them to go out and talk to people and start to learn, it's just, I find it, I get energized and I get charged up about it, because you watch them do it and you watch them grow this simple idea into a real business. And
Cool.
that makes my day. Learning about entrepreneurship sets you apart from everyone else in the job market, because
Yeah.
you're going to think differently about how you solve problems and how you analyze. Because even as a web developer, you still have customers. Even if you're working in an IBM or a Google or wherever you are, you're doing something for someone else and they become your customer. And if you think of them that way, the way you do your job is completely different. And you begin to stand out against your peers.
I know that there are two courses that I tell the students that I say are the most important courses that they're not necessarily part of their course, but it is. So project management and entrepreneurship. I'm like, these are going to be your most important courses that you guys take, because you're going to learn things that are going to help you figure out the rest of what you're doing. Like these are your most important courses. Like not JavaScript, not coding, not any of that. It's like, these are your most important courses. You are going to learn so much.
So Virginia, how excited are those students, those entrepreneur students, when you do a prototyping workshop?
Oh my goodness, when you were talking about how excited you get watching the students come up with their business ideas, I get to watch that happen in like 45 minutes of time, where they go from like point A, where I tell them that we're going to use all this crafty junk to make crazy business ideas, and they're like, wait, what? And you have to explain to them. It's like, okay, so if you tell me that this piece of tinfoil is a, a solar panel, I will believe you because you're going to
Yeah.
tell me how it's going to work. So
Yeah.
they come up with these barrier-free ideas that are just fantastic, and they get up to the front of the room, and my main thing that I have to say to them constantly is, not everybody wants to buy your product. And they're like, no, everybody's going to need this. I'm like, are you sure? And they're like, well, yeah. And I'm all like, okay, but I have an iPhone. Does everybody want an iPhone? And they're like, no, well, I have a Samsung. And I'm all like, okay, so everybody may want a phone, but everybody may not want a particular phone. And that's where they start thinking, they're like, oh, I really have to think about who wants to buy my product. And that's where they take that next step, that problem solving of like, wait, I really have to think this through. Who is actually going to buy this?
Yeah, it's an awesome journey, isn't it?
It's
Just
absolutely.
watching them put it together and move forward.
And I always see smiles. I think that's my favorite part, is that when they finish, they're excited that they built something, whether they chose to use the time to build something silly or whether they actually build something, worthwhile. And by the end of the class, I can tell some of the students, you could actually bring this product to market. Like, you could build this. Like, this could be a real thing. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
So as I'm listening to you guys talk, you're making me really know for sure that you guys are great mentors, because you can really bring these things out in the students. So in general, what do you think makes a good mentor?
So for me, being a great mentor means, one, listening to the student or listening to the entrepreneur,
Yeah.
and understanding or trying to get to the understanding of what they're struggling with and what they really need. Sometimes they don't know what they need. And sometimes they will tell you what they need and it's not what they need, because they don't know what they don't know. And
Right.
so they're guessing what.
Sure.
And the moment you can move them to a point where they start to see, oh yeah, I see what you mean. And they're starting to do that aha and the, oh my gosh, you were so right. It has nothing to do with being right or wrong. It has to do with just getting them to see differently and to be able to speak differently about what they're doing. And I think what makes a good mentor is being empathetic and understanding that they don't have a clue. Even though they tell you they do. I'm an expert. It's my business. You know what? You are an expert for your specific business, but you're not an expert about everything. And I'm not either. Just be willing to talk to people and hear what they have to say to you. And if I get them to do that and they start to understand that, then I've done my job. If I can get them to trust that people are going to tell them. Some are going to tell them, no, you're crazy, you're nuts, and no, don't do that. Others are going to tell you it's the best idea ever. And when you can get them to get all that, and what I tell them when they have setbacks is, what does it mean? What did they just tell you, even though it's negative information? How are you going to use it? I'm going to use it this way, right? You're going to interpret it for yourself.
Sure.
Right? They just told you your idea is crazy. Why is it crazy? Tell me why you think it's crazy. And when they do, you may learn something. It's all about learning, always, right?
Cool. Well, our podcast has 3 key words: educate, inspire, and activate. And I think really good mentors live those words. Right?
Yep. I think that
I like
I would
that.
follow.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I would follow those 3 words as educate, activate, and inspire are the 3 things that, like, I like to, when I do maker nights, I like to show people how to learn to do something new, but I also want to give them a little bit of passion about that subject and make it fun.
Yeah.
So, like, I want them to, like, enjoy what they're doing and not necessarily learn it like it's a, learning a skill is sometimes hard, of course, because it's new. And some of the students will be like, I'm no good at this. And I'm like, oh my God, well, have you done it before? And they're like, no. And I'm like, okay, so I'm glad we got that out of the way. So since we're all starting from scratch here.
Yeah, no one needs to be an expert on day one, right?
Exactly.
And when they have those moments, that's what really charges me up. And you know what? The energy that students have is amazing than a video game.
So
Yes.
if we have some viewers that are listening or watching this video right now who have never been involved in entrepreneurship, never thought of these innovative ideas or anything, how could we get them to take their first steps or pay attention and say, hey, this is actually really cool?
So to be honest, I think anything I'd tell somebody is we see problems every day. We see challenges every day. Have you ever thought if you just did this, this problem would be better?
Yeah.
And
And
if you-
everybody does that, right? Everyone thinks,
Right, we
why
all
isn't
think
this
that way.
like this? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you go, simpler is many times the best way to go.
Yeah.
And if you have an idea like that, ask somebody, what do you think if I could solve this for you? What do you
Yes.
think if this problem went away? Right?
Yeah.
And see, and it becomes contagious,
Hmm.
right? And you think about
Yeah.
it.
And there are events and there are workshops and stuff like the ones that Virginia does and other ones that are available through the college or the community that students could just sign up for and go check them out. A lot of them online right now, but in the future we'll have them in person too. So there's
And not
tons
just that they're
tons
online,
of
the
options.
majority of them are free.
Oh.
Exactly. Free,
Even better.
Free's my favorite four-letter word that starts with F.
So today we talked about some amazing mentorship opportunities, as well as we got to speak to an amazing mentor for the students. Myself and Jamie are super happy to have you here today, Rob. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate
thanks, Rob.
everything that you could do for us. And I think we need to do our like and subscribe. Rob, would you like to point to the little bubbles at the bottom?
And where are the little bubbles?
They're like
They're
right
down
here.
there. Yes, yes.
Right here. Like and subscribe. This is such an awesome thing.
Thank you, Rob.
Thank
Your-
you guys.
Rob.
Your enthusiasm for mentoring students comes through loud and clear.
Thank you very much.
All
It's my
right.
pleasure.
Yeah, that's a big heart.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a big heart.
So-
Thank you guys. No, this has been great. I really enjoyed it. Thank you
Cool.
for taking
So-
the time.
Thanks so
And
much.
thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you next time.
All right.
Awesome. See you next time, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.